Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos, and today I have for you a fun Ancient Gear Crystron deck that was actually given to me by my boy Rapid. His version though is a little bit more pay to win, as he has 3 Sulfonier and 3 Thistvern. I obviously only have the 2-on-1, so I had to change my deck list a little bit. I mainly replaced the Thistverns with Smigers, and I put in a trap instead of the 3rd Sulfonier. I think he's also running Treacherous, which I didn't want to put in here. But yeah, this deck is very fun, man. I've seen the Crystron Ancient Gear combo before, but I never really got to play it until he came to me with that list, talked about how fun it is. And it's really good, man. You're able to put really big bodies on the board, such as Ancient Gear, Reactor Dragon, and then Samurai Destroyer. What both of those have in common is that they don't care when they attack a monster. No effects of any kind can be activated, which is really good. And that's basically what we do. We try to hold down the fort during the opponent's turn by either summoning Crystron Amatrix to switch out the special summon monsters to the defense position, or my probably favorite synchro monster in this deck, Powered Insectron. 1 tuner, 1 or more non-tuner monsters. When this card is synchro summoned, this turn this card cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. If that wasn't enough, also you take no damage. This card is super good because you can do a basic combo, which is send your Thistvern to the grave, search for Ryan, or do your Sulfonier play. But as long as you end up with a Ryan on the field, you can go into Powered Insectron, and then you will not lose that turn. You will not lose that turn because you will take no damage. So after that, you just have to deal with whatever your opponent left on the board. We can do that by using Black Rose Dragon. We can do that by upgrading our Insectron into a Vermilion, summoning Ancient Gear, Reactor Dragon, whatever we need. And yeah, deck is super good. We mainly use Rose Nix to destroy the Gear Town so we can get an Ancient Gear on the board. And basically what it does is it forces our opponent to deal with one of our big threats. One of our big threats is going to be Samurai Destroyer. Once they deal with that, then we just bring an Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon out of nowhere. And it ends up being too much for the opponent. I'm using Beatdown because I had to build this on Jack so I could do the brand new Turbo Duel event. This is probably not the best deck to run in Turbo Duels, but I feel like that's even more of a testament to the deck because so basically every time a monster you control gets destroyed, you lose a counter, and that's all we do. We're destroying our own monsters to gain effects. So I'm going neg on the counters most of the time, and I didn't really rely on the turbo skill, so I think the deck functioned pretty well. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck list. I mean, we have the basic Recycler, Rose Nix, Ryan, 1 Sentry, 3 3 Gear Town, and then the 1 Crystron Impact. Let's go ahead and show you some. Oh yeah, we are using Beatdown. We have to use it. I think I talked about it a little bit, or maybe I cut myself off. But we can only use it once per duel now, so we have to be very strategic with when we use our Beatdown. And this first replay is actually going to show how big the Beatdown nerf is, and not necessarily for me, but you will see my opponent. I actually don't remember exactly. I need to watch this replay closely.
Ready, set, duel.
Okay, we're going second. We're gonna see an immediate cockadoodle-doo into Psychic Tracker. Oh wow, I had not listened to this music. Let me turn it up. Ooh. I like it. Alright, Archfiend's Call. So we're gonna go for Rose Nix. We get Treacherous immediately, which is very sad. We're trying to destroy our Gear Town, but we can at least put a token on the board so we don't lose the duel. My opponent is running Beatdown, but he's not used it yet. And that's where I was very confused. We're gonna destroy our Sulfonier, summon Rose Nix, go for the play we're trying to go for the previous turn. That gives me a Ryan, we get an Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon, and now we can go into our Samurai Destroyer. Smiger is going to search for the Impact. And I'm going to choose to activate my Beatdown right here so my Destroyer can get rid of the Archfiend's Call without summoning anything to the field. And then look at my opponent, just how lucky he got. He top decks this guy, right? He gets enough speed counters or whatever to draw into Psychic Tracker, and I'm like, oh, okay, I lost, because both of these boost the monster that you special summon. So his Archfiend's Call is going to be 3400, but my opponent doesn't use the beatdown. If he uses beatdown right here, that's 37, attacks the Samurai Destroyer, and I lose. But I don't know if he was just not thinking. He didn't want to use the beatdown right there. He was afraid of attacking into a back row, and you know, wasting his one time. Otherwise, that's a 10 out of 10. You use beatdown and you go for game over Samurai Destroyer. So we get pretty lucky there. And now, obviously, I could have used my 10 counters just to get rid of the Archfiend's Call. But for the sake of showing what the deck does, we're gonna make some different plays. Summon Crystron C3. We cannot target that, remember. Crystron Impact is going to summon Smyger and put Archfiend's defense to 0. Now I can summon the Crystron Amatrix, put him in defense position, get rid of him with Samurai Destroyer, and we win the game. But yeah, I could have used my speed counters, but you know, I was trying to test the deck as fair as possible, so didn't want to take too much advantage of the speed counters. Although I do use them in a couple of these duels. But to be fair, my opponent does first, so I'm just responding to what they're doing. But here we have a Yusei. And this is a pretty rough hand. I mean, we have 3 Scrap Recyclers. Our normal play of going into Disburn and you know, search for the Sulfoneer doesn't really get us anywhere because we can't summon the Sulfoneer. And this is actually a misplay. I should have searched anything but Sulfoneer, because next turn I can just send the Recycler. I can just use the Recycler to get, you know, Sulfoneer in the graveyard and then summon the Sulfoneer. So very, very unfortunate play. I shouldn't have done that. I'm gonna point out my mistakes. But luckily my opponent kind of bricks. He goes for the Fuma Suicide into Inishi. And we top deck another Gear Town. So once again, we can do our Sulfoneer play, but luckily we run Smyger. Smyger is gonna let us out our trap, which we can now discard to summon the Sulfoneer. Special summon Rosenix, activate the effect, destroy, get my boy Ryan on the board, so we can go into Samurai Destroyer. Alright, we get rid of the Inishi. And this is what I'm talking about. Look at how much my opponent does during his turn. His board becomes insane, and all I have is a lone Samurai Destroyer. Alright, so he's gonna use whatever that card is called. I don't remember. What is it called? Double-edged sword technique. Summon 2 monsters. Keep the Inishi. Summons Chien. Sends my Samurai Destroyer back. So we're gonna summon the boy Ryan. Because remember what I said. As long as you have a Ryan on the field and you have something that is level 3 banish, you can go into Power Insectron and you will not lose. He went for Inishi. He has Power of the Guardians. He's got a Armades. Summons another Fuma. Ryan, special summon the Disburn. Go into Powered Insectron. What are you gonna do about this? Do you have an Econ for Econ take? You know what? It doesn't matter. I'm still not taking battle damage. There's literally nothing you can do to kill me right now. Tries to go for the kill, gets a counter on his Power of the Guardians. I'm like, whatever. Activate the Gear Town. The forehead negates him. So that just gives me a free Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon. And then we get this scoop pretty quick, I believe. Yeah, Sulfoneer is going to summon another Ryan. I was going to go into Vermilion, destroy the equip spell, and then, you know, just go for some attacks. The other thing I could have done if I wanted to is just use my speed counters or whatever they're called, and get rid of the Chien with that effect without having to worry about him trying to destroy the Fuma instead, or, you know, using the counter on the power to the guardians. The monster just gets destroyed and that's it. But this has been an interesting event. I don't know how I feel about the whole turbo duel. I feel like whoever goes first has a clear advantage in my opinion. Just the way you build counters on this thing. But we're gonna go Solfnir, special summon, destroy itself. So see, we're losing counters every time we make this place, which is pretty dumb. Alright, Rosnix, destroy the Scrap Recycler. Go into turn 1 Samurai Destroyer because why not? We have a Crystron Impact to back us up. We got Floodgated, that's fine. It's unfortunate, but it's fine. We can deal with that. We're going up against Element Sabers. Luckily, they don't open the Malehu. Alright, Solfnir, destroy itself. Special summon Citri. Impact, bring back Disburn. Tribute for the Solfnir, and the whole time what I'm trying to do here is go into Black Rose Dragon. I brought Disburn back from the banished pile, so he goes to the grave and I get a search. Alright, so we're gonna get Smiger. Activate Rosnix, put a token just so we don't lose this turn. He's going to normal summon, activate Palace of the Elemental Lords. He used his skill. So I'm like, alright, you want to use your skill? I'm going to use my skill. Get your Malehu out of here. And we pretty much have free range to just go in for game. Summon Rosnix, activate Gear Town. Pop the Gear Town. Get Ryan. Ancient Gear Golem and my boy Samurai Destroyer. And that's game. But just in case there's a Kuribo back there, since he can activate the Kuribo on my Samurai Destroyer attack. Samurai Destroyer only negates, quote unquote, the effects when you're attacking a monster. Alright, we get the win. That was Crow. Here we have some, I think, Fortune Ladies. Fortune Lady was, or is being used a lot in the turbo duels. It's because you're forced to use a 5D's character. Her deck is very good. It's actually even better now that everything else got nerfed a little bit, and you know we have the ban list and the skill nerfs. So I think we're gonna be seeing a lot of Fortune Ladies going forward. Alright, Fortune Lady calling. Luckily for us, our Samurai Destroyer basically makes all of their monsters' attack go to 0 when we're battling, because their original attack is 0 and they get their buffs or their boost through the effect. So Fortune Lady Every is going to be summoning Defense Vision, set a card. Alright, summon Recycler, send the Disburn. Disburn sends, I'm sorry, we're not going to search with Disburn just yet. We're going to send this Miger to the graveyard. Rosnix pop, get Orion. Now we can summon or level 7 Synchro. And this is good because even though the Lady Every can banish or Samurai Destroyer, we're at least going to get a monster on the field. So this is all good. We're thinning our deck. We're getting our impact on the field. Searching for another Rosnix. There's a Fortune Lady coming back. Activate the Cosmic Cyclone. That's fine. We're just gonna summon Orthisburn. And we're only doing this so he's back in the grave at some point and we get to search again. Ultimate Providence on my Samurai Destroyer. This is when things got scary. I thought I was going to end up losing this game. My opponent's not able to do a whole lot. I think they're forced to activate their skill right here. Yeah. Wait, how did I not... Oh, yeah, they activated the skill right there. The one thing they could have done is maybe summon something with enough attack to get rid of my Disburn, activate the skill on the Lady Every and go for game. But instead they end up with Samurai Destroyer and a Lady Every in attack position. That looks mighty nice for my Samurai Destroyer. Alright, we got the boy. Activate Beatdown. Activate Speed Spell Acceleration. That puts me over 3000 attack. The Every goes to 0 and we get the win. I know, I know. I was helped by the skill right there, but you know, it is what it is. It's turbo duels, man. Alright, and last but not least, we have another Yusei. Like, this is all kind of cool, but I don't get the anime references because I haven't watched 5Ds.
Set. Duel.
Alright, set 2 back row, set a monster. We're gonna activate Gear Town, go for the Rose Nyx play. And this is such a safe play because we're gonna end up with an Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon, and we're gonna end up with a what's his name? Samurai Destroyer. So you can't activate anything on both of these attacks. A Dawn Knight is not going to mill a White Stone of Ancients, or Reactor is going to destroy one of the back rows, and we get the easy scoop. But that's just, you know, every game you saw Ancient Gear Reactor, Samurai Destroyer, you know, one or the other. If not, we could see Black Rose. The deck is really good. It would be even better. I'm still on my stance where this deck would be even better if I was able to have more extra deck space. As you can see in this one, I'm running the Vermilion instead of running the Crystron Boss Monster, and those are just the choices you have to make. I mean, I had to prioritize the Samurai Destroyer in this build along with the Power Insectron. A second Insectron would be great as well. And yeah, this deck overall is just really fun to use. Definitely recommend it if you can play it. Hopefully you also have a Crystron Disburn Prismatic in your arsenal. But that's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. And until next time.